Our next guest today is Liv Constantine, and her book is The Last Mrs. Parrish. I hope you can see this cover, it's beautiful. On the cover is a little circular thing that says that it was part of the Reese Witherspoon Book Club. It says Reese's, but we know who that is, and that's pretty amazing. Really, like, just such a wonderful vote of confidence and great thing for the book. Liv Constantine also goes by Lynne Constantine,
yes.
And I know Lynne from our work with ITW and Thriller Fest, so it's great to see her here and talk to her about her book. We were just saying how we don't get to talk that much. Yes. So this book was written, was this the one with you and your sister?
Yes.
So sisters writing a book over Skype.
Yes.
Okay, now this sounds like it could be a comedy scene at SNL, but sisters writing a book over Skype. So one chapter at a time, how does that work?
So we sort of look at it in more in scenes, I guess, than chapters, and how it works is we chat, we FaceTime actually, because we started Skyping and that wasn't working anymore, so we do FaceTime, but we talk about what we're going to do, and we set the stage and the setting, and then we write our scenes in the morning usually, email each other, and then we FaceTime every afternoon about 4 o'clock and go over, what the other has written. And
so a scene has to be how many words, or is it just?
Usually 1,200 to 1,500, but it's really more about, okay, you're going to write the scene where, such and such happens, and I'm going to do this, and then sometimes we'll edit each other's work, and sometimes I'll call Valerie and say, okay, I want you to read this while I'm watching your face on FaceTime. So if it's like a scene that I've had a lot of fun with, and vice versa, and that way we get the immediate feedback.
How did you get the inspiration to write the book with your sister?
We wrote a book together years ago called Circle Dance about a Greek-American novel, but a family saga. And so then I wrote a book on my own a couple of years ago, and we had gone, in different directions. We're 14 years apart, so our lives are very different. I still have children at home. Her children are grown. She does a lot of traveling. And I think we just both came back to a place where we were ready to start collaborating again. And after I wrote The Veritas Deception, she said, why don't we give it a go? So we wrote another book that actually we put in the drawer, which may come out again, and that was women's fiction. So when we wrote The Last Mrs. Parrish, we really didn't even set out to write a psychological thriller, but it just turned into that. Which is what I really love to read, and so now that is our genre. And our next book will be in that same genre as well.
So it begs the question. Her name isn't on this book; it's just you.
No, it's her. Well, Liv represents Lynne and Valerie.
Oh, this is the question.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
This is both of you.
It's both of us, and she actually came up with it. We were at lunch with our agent and our editor, and we were trying to come up with a pen name. And she said, sort of jokingly, "Oh, how about Liv?" And everyone said, "Oh yeah, we love that." So we became Liv.
As opposed to being co-authoring,
Well, if you look in the book, it does have both of our pictures, and it says, very clearly, Liv is the pen name of sisters, Lynne and Valerie. And Harper and our editor, she just felt that it would look better to just have one name, and sometimes, that maybe readers can prefer to see a single author, on the cover.
It's a good talking point.
Right.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So could you tell us a little bit about The Last Mrs. Parrish and
Sure.
Give us a synopsis?
Absolutely. So The Last Mrs. Parrish is about a woman who insinuates her way into the life of this golden couple in a wealthy town in Connecticut with the intent to take over the life of the other woman. So she befriends her, and you see, from the very beginning of the book, it's evident that you're in the mind of this Amber Patterson and what her intent is. And then halfway through the book, you go into Daphne, the wife's perspective, and you see things from that point. And so lots of things happen, which of course I can't tell you, but it's a fun ride.
Sounds very cinematic. Another book that's made for either episodic TV or film.
We hope.
Is that in the works?
Oh, yes. Well, we hope so. I mean, we have a film agent, and there's been interest, and so we're still sort of waiting. It's with some different studio people, but as you know, it's always hush hush until you get it.
Of course,
right.
Of course. Well, it sounds like a great read. Something I'd love to pick up. The summer is coming when great page turners are all the rage.
Yes.
So The Last Mrs. Parrish has gotten great reviews. Liv Constantine, pick it up. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you.